I really do love you, buddy, but I gotta admit, after the latest Star Wars, you've dropped in the Poe rankings.
Everyone gather around. This is my son.
Hello, hi.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, hi.
I don't know who you are.
Oh, Stripey baby, so beautiful.
You look just like me, but a baby. You're like me, but old. You're like me, but fatter.
Oh, yeah.
You're like me, but with a hat.
Kung Fu Panda 3 stars Jack Black as my now third favorite Poe, behind Edgar Allan and Dameron. The panda who once again faces another adventure and another big baddie, this time voiced by J.K. Simmons, as he attempts to learn not only new panda kung fu moves, but also about himself. Does he learn enough for us to enjoy the ride? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Kung Fu Panda 3. I gotta tell you right off the bat, these movies are hit and miss with me. I really like some stuff about them and really don't like some other stuff. This movie's no different. Right off the bat, let's talk about the best thing about the movie. These movies are gorgeous. The animation in this movie is at times mind-blowing. Whether you see it in 3D or not, it's just beautifully rendered. There's this cell shading stuff that they do, this other gorgeous 3D animation stuff that they do. The fight scenes are beautiful. The choreography, not only of the fight itself, but the way it's shot. Very impressed with these movies visually and what they do on the screen. On the other side of that, I've always hated the voice acting in these movies, and this one's no different than that too. I feel like the Kung Fu Panda movies cast based on star name rather than on character attitude. I don't get Seth Rogen as the grasshopper. I don't get David Cross as this bird, and I certainly don't get Angelina Jolie as Tigress. Those casting decisions have always amazed me. There's another one with Bryan Cranston in here. I feel like they just cast him because he was Bryan Cranston, not necessarily because he would fit the role. Now, having said that, I do think J.K. Simmons was a good choice, and I've always thought Jack Black is a good choice. But beyond that, the voice acting just really hasn't done it for me in these movies. But what I do like is there's always a heart here, and this one has a heart as well. Towards the end, there is a moment that really struck me emotionally. And that always surprises me. I always think they're pushing their luck by making another Kung Fu Panda movie, because how can you draw more heart from this character? And yet they do, and I think it comes down to the fact that this character is lovable. You want him to win. You enjoy who he is. And when he has those revelations, those big heart moments, they actually work. The problem is in this one, and this actually is different than the other ones, I think, this one isn't as thematically solid underneath. I get the heart moment at the end, but I didn't feel that theme building through the movie in any interesting way. Now, that's not something that most kids are going to even notice, kind of those deeper themes and the metaphors and how they play underneath the characters and how they lead to something. But it can have a psychological effect on a viewer who is watching a story. So as much as that emotion worked, I think it could have worked even better had they tied that stuff in throughout the movie. I don't believe that was here, and I do think it affects the movie a little bit. However, what does work, it's a back and forth review, isn't it, is the pacing of the entire movie. This movie is paced really well. I love a movie that understands how to get quickly to the next important thing. And how to space the fight scenes out, the action of the movie out in a way that keeps the audience engaged. This movie does that very well, and for me, it's maybe the best thing about the film is how into it you are from beginning to end. You're never bored. Overall, Kung Fu Panda 3 once again succeeds when I thought it might not. I had a really good time with this for many reasons. Not perfect for sure, but close enough to get it a B+. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a bit. Before we get there, though, if you want to click the info button right up here in this corner, you'll see more about what goes on here. You can look at other videos, link to the website. You can also support the channel if you'd like to do that. Also, follow me on Periscope. I don't get a chance to do these kind of reviews for every single movie, but I do review every single movie. I just do some of it on Periscope. So follow me. I'm Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. If you do the Periscope thing, I'll also try to put those up here at YouTube as well, so you can check them out here. Also, if you want to follow the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop. We talk about a movie every single Friday and some other stuff in pop culture. It's a lot of fun, and I bring my friends on to do that, and we have a great time. So we'd love to have you there. We also, by the way, record it live. So if you want to listen to it recorded live, you can stream that as well every Friday at noon Central. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best animated movie featuring animals ever? It's such a huge category. I don't know why. Sometimes I just make them too general, make them too big. So many great choices. Mine is fairly obvious if you know much about my favorite movies of all time, but I will just say it's the one where you just got to keep swimming. Take an obvious guess at mine in the answers. First person to get it right does get that point. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe logo right down in this corner.